Hi, this is Paul. Welcome to Git, a visual introduction to the fundamentals. There are a lot of tutorials for Git on the internet, but in my experience, none of those tutorials teach Git in an approachable way. In this course, I'll teach you Git in a way that I wish it were taught to me when I first started learning Git. In this course, I'll use a lot of visuals and demos. As I go through the demos, I'll make sure to explain the concepts behind what I'm doing. Also, I won't just teach the commands, I'll teach you what they mean. This course is good for beginners or even intermediate level Git users. So to begin, what is Git? Put simply, Git is free software that makes it easy to track and share snapshots of your source code. If you've ever spent time on a coding project for more than a couple days, you know that keeping track of changes and experimenting can get messy. For a long time, I myself did not see the benefits of Git, but after using it for more than 2 years, I can never go back from using it. Git is the de facto standard for open source software development collaboration. What I mean by that is, most open source projects are stored and managed in Git. Because Git is the industry standard, any serious programmer should be familiar and comfortable using it. Finally, Git is a program that you run in the terminal by typing commands. You also have the choice to run Git through a graphical interface, but that's not common to see. Another thing about Git is that it's a type of distributed version control system, or DVCS. Basically, what that means is that all your project files are contained in a single Git repository, or repo for short. All the team members who have the repo have a full copy of the entire program, the entire project. The good thing about that is that everyone has a backup, but the downside is big projects take longer for team members to download and publish. But there are ways of working around that. A Git repository is composed of your project files and the Git index, which are the files that Git uses to keep track of changes in your project. I'll talk more about the Git index later. As I said, in Git, every member of the programming team has a full working copy of the Git repository, so by default, everyone has a full backup of the project. So you might be asking yourself, why should I learn Git? Is it worth my time? The short answer is yes, it is worth your time learning Git. But before I give you all the reasons why to use Git, I want to give a disclaimer. Git is a tool, and just like every tool, it's not perfect for every situation. Git is not a magical tool that will fix all your problems, but for the problems it can solve, like version control in code, it is battle-tested and works very well. Okay, so on to the reasons why you should use Git. The first reason is that you'll be more attractive to employers. Git is the most widely used version control tool. Companies such as Microsoft and Google and many others use Git in some flavor or another for their projects. Having a basic understanding of Git is now not expected by most employers. Another reason you should use Git is that it's battle-tested, as I mentioned. Git is used in small, solo projects to very large projects such as Android. It has proven itself to be a valuable tool. Git has been around for more than 20 years and has many users and plenty of documentation. So if you have a question, it's easy to find the answer to your questions. Third, Git gives you confidence in your code base. Git gives you confidence in your code base because you have the ability to easily undo mistakes, and you also have the flexibility to experiment and try new approaches in your code. And finally, Git makes it easier to break down complex problems. It takes some practice, but if done right, Git can make programming very enjoyable. When we learn about the power and flexibility of Git branching, you'll be able to take a big problem or a big project and break it down into more manageable pieces.